I ran, like so many others, from this call. I knew God was dialing the wrong number when he was calling, wanting me to do ministry. It had to be the wrong number. So God, I need you to call somebody else because it's not me. So when I finally said, okay, I'm going to stop running and I'm going to move forward in ministry, God placed in my heart to do seminary. And I said, no, that wasn't a part of the deal. I'm not going to do seminary. But God continued to place people who would ask, so when are you going to seminary? So when are you going to seminary?
And this one day we had come up to the top of this cliff, and as we were coming up to the top, silence started to fall on me, to a point where I was standing at the top of this hill, and there was literally ocean waves slamming beneath me, seagulls flying all around me, and I couldn't hear any of it. I couldn't even hear myself breathing. So I just looked around, and there's mountains. I mean, the view almost would seem fake if I sent you the picture that I took. And the only thing that came to me was Genesis 31. It says, when God looked at all that he had created, and it was beautiful, right? It was good. It was good. And I thought that. And I heard in that moment, I have good intentions for your life. And at that moment, everything melted away. Every stress, I felt free. I had new eyes.
Over time, I had points at which I thought about coming to a seminary and taking a call. But each time there always seemed to be a barrier in the way. Now that my kids are grown and I don't have as many excuses, God still is persistent and patient. And so here I am at LTSP, and I'm excited about the future.
I'm looking at Lutheran colleges because I know I want to become a pastor. I'm not sure when I want to do it, but I know this is the track I want to go to. And one of the director at the time, and I did Crossroads, TUI Crossroads, came up to me and he was like, Ray, there's Wagner College, they have Uppsala program for a person of color, like their first language is not English. I think you'd be great for it. And it helps you because it was a seminary that got shut, like a institution that got shut down. And it's a great track for your pastoralship. And I was like, pastoralship? I didn't tell anyone I wanted to be a pastor. So this is just reinforcing it. I applied, I got in, and then I was like, I guess this is what I'm gonna do. So I set my parents down and told them, I wanna be a pastor. And oh, by the way, I'm going to this little liberal arts private school in New York called Wagner College.
I needed a place that could help me understand how do I love better as a neighbor. And I truly believe LTSP, because of its diversity and because of, I mean, the opportunities here can certainly empower me, right, to be a better person, be a better minister and a better disciple. But as far as the ELCA Fund for Leaders, I wouldn't be sitting here talking to you. That made this possible for me.
My plan right now, I am in the MDiv program. I am also looking to apply to the Maple program and do a dual degree, because my original plan before God had me come to seminary was to work on my MBA. So now with the opportunity to do ministry and receive my Maple degree, that can take me out and I believe make me more marketable in the community, being able to do ministry and have the ability to run a business, because it goes together.
LTSP has a great opportunity in the distributed learning program. So I will be an MDiv student, but I will start as a student as a part-time, or should say a full-time student, as well as a full-time career person. So that'll be a little bit of a struggle, but the benefit is that I can manage the time through the distributed learning. So all the classes are online, or intensives, which I can take advantage of as time permits.
What I have learned is the passion and the commitment that the professors have for the students to not only educate, but to also help them grow spiritually so that it can all work together. And the community and having the ability to develop relationships and be able to work with people who are going through some of the same struggles that you are.
The other aspect that LTSP has is that it's becoming a new school. Once the changes happen and we are fully integrated with Gettysburg as two communities but one school, the benefit is that I can take advantage of that. I'm not stuck to be only in classes in Philadelphia. I'm not stuck being able to take intensive just here. I can take intensive classes, I can take online courses from many different professors. And so I don't feel like it's a bad thing. It's certainly an unknown, but that's what God calls us to, is the unknown.
I see myself doing like mission development, going into a church and building it up, giving the people the word of God, the word of light, but also understanding the people, because we're all broken and we're all perfectly imperfect, and just coming together as a unit and just finding God, finding God's grace, and just having fellowship in community, because I think community is extremely important. Without community outreach, how can I do my job from the podium, you know? How can I preach to the people if I'm not with the people?
I wasn't just born and kind of given this role of pastor, and I think that's another perception people see, is pastors are holier than other people. Absolutely not. That's not how I got here. And I think there's a better connection that needs to be done with people. Relationships need to be strengthened in the church. I think a new connection just has to be done, and I want to be part of that. I want to be part of helping people understand that your flaws, your failures, everything's okay. You don't have to control and worry so much and be so anxious. You have something to trust in. You have something firm. I want to be part of that message.